All right, continuing the direct HEM TT Tanker Aviation Refueling System Operations 101 92F 330 3317. Given the requirements to provide the aviation refueling systems on the fixed airstrip for the designated field location, personnel materials required to the performance test. 5 military occupational specialists qualified in the N2F soldiers or 1 MOS 93H Pathfinder personnel that have been required by the aircraft to control ATC skills, risk management procedure, heavy extended mobility tactical trucking tanker, the heavy extended mobility tactical truck tanker aviation fuel refueling system HTARS, fire extinguisher spill container cleanup kits, personal protective equipment, appropriate material safety data sheets, hazardous material information sheets, radio facility response plans, spill prevention control countermeasures, oil discharge contingency if and required, a unit hazard waste hazard management policy, unit standing authorization procedure on aviation refueling operations, oral written operations order OPR D's DA Form 3643 daily issue petroleum products DA Form 3644 remotely abstract issues petroleum products operations supplies Department of Defense 1898 fuel sales slip full access applicable reference materials direct and the placement assembly of the H charts by ensuring the site of the suitability, accountability, fuel quality, and maintain refueling operations are performed without the injury to the personnel, damage to the equipment, to the pollution of the environment. Okay, standards. Direct the placement and assembly of the HRs to ensure the site of the site suitability, accountability, fuel quality, maintained for fueling operations performed without injury and the personnel damage to the equipment, the population, pollution of the environment. Apply the risk procedures. Understand the implementation, risk management process, risk control, command guidance directed by the higher headquarters. This variable hazards, continuous report risk reduction measures appropriate the chain of command, monitor, evaluate execution risk controls incorporated into after action reviews and conduct briefing, ensuring personnel knowledgeable concept operations or in accordance with the operation orders unit specific unit standard authorization procedure specific guidelines that pertaining to the tasks of the mission, ensure the personal understanding of the mission task at hand, individual task specific roles of every person to accomplish the mission, collective task that the group needs to perform to support the mission, explain the degree of the risk involved with the personal needs to be aware, so rest the safety personnel incorporated through the operation still prevention control measures, hazardous waste management, patrol, environmental hazards, discuss the specific guideline between the HEM TT tanker aviation refueling system united operations orientation of the site approach of the aircraft head of the arm signals hand and arm signals do not be in front of the armed aircraft at any time, marshalling area quality surveillance, conducting pre-combat checks, pre-combat inspections, motion communications lower higher echelon, render the reports as required, identify training, cross training all personnel to include the license and section equipment, project maintenance and repair requirements, ensure appropriate equipment for the operation is on hand and serviceable, select the appropriate area of the conducting aviation refueling operations, scoping operations, order conducting reconnaissance by the grounding, and considering following areas, selecting the area enough for the accommodating refueling mission, and requesting energy for support for sickle remove and site improval, determine the wind direction of the type of the aircraft to be refueled, select the area to provide the appropriate refueling, and take off the head of the wing of the crosswind, headwind, and the crosswind, select the operation of the high ground to prevent any of the fuel operation, collecting around operation, selecting an area to provide natural concealment for during the operation, select away from the stream river to designate away from a stream or river to designate holding areas for the waiting of the aircraft, designate passenger marching area could not should be 5 o'clock position site approach the direction 12 o'clock designated perimeter fire fighting position sweeping site for the NBC contamination ensuring system with the setup is ready for the aviation of refueling operation in accordance with the tactical standard authorization procedure, appropriate field technical manuals, the FMTMs, verifying grounds and ground connections, bounding hookups, and the unserviceable when ready for the operation, verifying the fire extinguisher appropriate standards located in the area, refueling the HEM TT tanker, refuel the sufficient water and approval for the provided the first aid, and if required, they verify that there are explosion-proof flashlights available for night operation, verify no smoking, dangerous passenger marshalling area, emergency shutoff, restricted area, and alarm sign for the postage. Verify the marshalling area is designated and marked. Verify the selected site is cleared of loose debris and that could be damage to the aircraft and injuring the personnel. Verify the system that has been pressure tested prior to the import operation. Verify the personnel established fighting position and prepared long-range cards. Ensure the pre-flight quality surveillance is performed. Verify the H-charge is flushed at the last 5 gallons of the fuel each of the point sample is taken and recorded. Leave the sample drip pan at each of the point of the HEMTT, and so that any of the pilot can be sampled on request. Ensure the preventive maintenance check services are performed. Inform the chain of command of operation. Maintain the communication of the command. Report status, operation, and problems and quantities as required of the unit and standard operation procedures. Conduct saying operations accordance with the unit standard authorization procedures, applicable reference material, establish communication with the aircraft, traffic control, refueling aircraft, and designate loading in the aircraft of the approaching refuel operation, monetary and personal products during the after refueling operations. Observe the site and serve safety environmental infractions, taking appropriate actions if the infractions are dedicated to correct. Ensure all passengers aboard aircraft pilot leave the aircraft during the fuel operation, having a passenger escorted to the marshalling area. Ensure spills are cleaned up. Report required of the unit policies, procedures, applicable environmental laws. Dispose contaminated fuel materials in an environmental safe manner according to the unit standard authorization procedures, policies, procedures, applicable environmental laws. Verify all the equipment is inventoried, cleaned, and stored. That all equipment is non-mission capable is replaced and fixed before the equipment is stored. Ensure accountability of the fuel is using the DA Form 3643 post summarized information of the DA Form 3643, DA Form 3644 show the total monthly issue receipts forwarded to the response centralized shock accounting sections of the accounting recording adjustment. Maintain records reported according to the standard authorization procedures. See task and conditions applied to risk management procedures. Conduct briefing and ensure personnel with knowledge and concepts of operation, go or no go. Pre-combat check and pre-combat inspections, go or no go. Maintain communication with lower high echelon reported requirements as reported. Identify training and cross-train all personnel to include license and section equipment, project maintenance, repair documents, ensure appropriate equipment for the operation was on hand and serviceable. Select appropriate area to conduct aviation refueling operations within the scope of the operations of the order site recon. Ensure the system is set up refueled aviation fuel operation and the IAW unit intertactable standard authorization, appropriate field manual technical services. Ensure pre-flight quality and surveillance is performed. Ensure preventive maintenance checks and services were performed. Inform chain of command with site operational. Maintain communication chain command report status operation. Any of the problems encountered with requiring standard authorization operation orders, conducting dispersing operation in accordance with the standard authorization procedure, appropriate field manuals and technical manuals, dispose contaminated fuel materials in environmental safe manners according to standard authorization policies, procedures, applicable environmental laws. Verified all equipment on the inventory and cleaned and stored, and that all the equipment is non-mission capable is replaced and fixed before equipment is stored. Ensure fuel accountability records are maintained forwarded to response centralized stocking and accounting section accounting records and adjustment. Maintain records and reports according to standard authorization procedure. Go or no go. There's no related. The DA form is 3643, 3644 DOD form 1898 field manual 1067-1 field manual 304 111 300 3112 3100 for TM 5493 023710 TM 9232 027910-1. And now we're on subject area 11, directing class 3 operations.